I'm Jessie. I am the master trainer for iHeartDogs.com, and I'm going to teach you guys how to train your dog to come when called, but outside. So I refer to this behavior as your dog's recall behavior. It's whenever I call your name, you're going to come back to me wherever you are in public. And your dog's recall behavior is the most important behavior you will ever train your dog. Think about it. If your dog, you open the door and all of a sudden your dog goes running or slips from its leash, you need your dog to come when called, no matter what. So just like any other behavior, if you want your behavior to be really solid and your dog to listen to you, you need to reward it. So this recall behavior, I always reward the most out of any behavior because I want it to be 100%, 110% even. So I always use something really reinforcing that my dogs like. So it may be chicken or cheese, or my dog loves a tennis ball, so I might even use a tennis ball for that. But it's got to be something really, really great because your dog, if you think about outside, there's different smells, there's different sights. If you're at a dog park, he's got all his friends he's playing with, and it's different than if you're inside and he's just laying on the floor and you call him over. Of course, he'll probably come to you if he's inside doing nothing, but think about if you're outside and there's just all these other things you have to compete with. So it's pretty simple. If you want your dog to come to you and leave all of those fun things, you have to be more fun than all of those things. That's simply put, that's how a dog will come to you. Your dog's not being stubborn if he doesn't. He's not being defiant if he doesn't. He's not being alpha if he doesn't. He's just saying, hey, these things are more fun over here, so I'm gonna choose those over you. But if you're more fun, then he's gonna come back to you. So I'm gonna have my dog Abby with training the recall, and what we're gonna do is we're in this open field, and you'll notice that I'm gonna have a really long leash on my dog. This is really important because you don't want your dog to practice ignoring that cue of Abby come. The more your dog ignores it and rehearses ignoring it, the worse the behavior is going to be, and the more that he's going to be like, oh, I only have to come when I want to or when I choose to. It should be, okay, when I hear mom say, Abby come, I come every time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to call her name, say Abby come, and then if she doesn't, I'm going to just start guiding that leash back in just to give her that extra guidance. I'm not going to jerk the leash or do anything like that. I'm just giving her that extra guidance, and then when she comes, I'm gonna reinforce her. So we're gonna get my dog Abby and we'll show you how it's done. All right, so here's Abby, here's the long leash I was talking about. It can be any length, it can be 20 feet, it can be 50 feet, 100 feet. I love a 100-foot leash because then you can really have your dog out there and then practice its recall. So we're gonna just have Abby, good, she's smelling around right now. We're gonna wait, oh, she lays down. So we're gonna have her walking around, and when she's kind of really keen in on something, we're gonna call her, and then if she comes, we're gonna give her a big reward of food. And if she doesn't, again, I'm gonna guide her with that leash. So let's see if we can get her going, maybe give her a treat over there. There we go. All right, so I'm gonna call her and see if she comes. Abby, come. Good girl, good girl, yes, good girl. So I gave her a bunch of treats, not just one, and all this attention, and I said, good job. She loves butt scratches, so I'm gonna give her that. So you want your dog to have a party when it comes to you. It's gotta be the most rewarding behavior that you'll ever have because you want it to be the strongest behavior. So usually the strongest behaviors are the ones that have been rewarded the most. So we're gonna do that a couple times and see if we can get her recall really strong. So she's gonna, see, I'll throw some treats over there. She's searching. Abby, come. Good girl, yes. Good girl. Ooh, all these good treats, yes, good girl. Good girl, Abby, good girl. Now, there's one other hint to this behavior. So if you think about if your dog is at the dog park and he's playing with all of his friends and you call him over, sometimes, again, those friends might be more rewarding than your treat. And if you think about it, when you call your dog over from a dog park, what usually happens next? usually go home, right? All that fun, all your friends, we take you away from that, it stops, you go in the car, you go home. So what you want to do is use your dog's friends as a reward. So you call your dog over, you give him a treat, chicken, cheese, whatever it may be, and then you say, okay, go back and play. At first it'll blow your dog's mind because like, wow, I get to have a treat and then go back and play. So if you think about your kids playing outside with their friends and you're like, oh, time for bed or time for dinner, they don't want to come in because they know that when my mom or dad calls me, all the fun stops. So, but if you called your kid and gave them a piece of chocolate, a cupcake, whatever it may be, and say, okay, go back out there, your kid's gonna come every single time because it wants that cupcake and it wants to play with its friends. So it's the same thing with your dog. You want that recall to be really, really strong and reward them with chicken, cheese, fish, tennis ball, whatever it may be. And then, oh yeah, you can go play too as well. So they don't have to choose between the two. They can say, yeah, I'm gonna get that and I'm gonna go back to my friends as well. So we'll do one more with Abby. We'll have her on this leash. Let's see, all right, she's smelling something. Smelling something. Abby, come! Yeah, good girl. Good girl. Good girl, Abby. And I'm gonna bring her over to where she was smelling because she obviously wants to go see whatever this was over here. So, cool, you left that thing you wanted to smell and you came to me. I'm gonna give you all this stuff. Then we're gonna go check it out as well. So I'm giving her every single reward that I can think of because again, this behavior is super, super, super important. So once your dog is great, coming to you 100% on a long leash, then you can try it with distractions. So this is an open field, so there's really no distractions. So next time we'll go to a field where there's, or a park where there's people walking, joggers, other dogs, other sights, and then really test this. And then once she's 100% and only 100%, then you can start trying the recall in a fenced in area or at a dog park that's fenced in. And then after she's 100% there, that's when you can kind of really trust that your dog's recall is really, really strong and not have your dog on leash in different scenarios. But again, if you have any doubt that that behavior is not 100%, you need to be a conscious dog owner and parent and always keep your dog on a leash because it is a safety issue. But if you do reinforce, like I said, that recall is going to be really, really strong.